Welcome to Paws, Media and More. My name is Gia Rose Massa, and I am here with my good friend Megan, artist extraordinaire, and Mark Menendo.
Hi everybody,
Hi,
how's everybody doing today?
Hi everybody, how are you doing today?
So we have a really special show going on today, as you know, but first let me just say, for all the people out there that think this is hot weather, 108, just know 113 is coming soon, so don't feel too bad. It's been brutal, huh? We always talk about the weather here too. And we talk about the Golden Knights and the Raiders, and we talk about pets. And today we're going to talk about pets and art.
Yes.
I mean, what else can you get? Life is beautiful. I know, right?
That is true.
So how did you guys meet? How did you two come about? That's what I want to know.
I think I contacted Gia, didn't I? I saw Paws on the Patio on Facebook, and being an artist, painter, and doing pets, I thought, oh, I could go out there, try and paint some pets while I'm there, and see if I can get a commission.
So it was like back in April, I think I saw that you guys met up and...
Megan's been with Paws on the Patio from the very beginning, actually.
I think it
Oh,
was
okay.
the very
You've been with
beginning,
us
like the
from-
first day, right?
I saw one of your
Or the
blogs
first
about
time.
April,
Yes,
so that's
from
why I
the
said
very,
that.
very beginning, and so...
Where they didn't have air. Remember how hot that was?
Yeah, and it was Centennial Hills.
Yes.
At Michoacan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Mexican food.
It
Oh,
was
it was delicious,
really
yes.
fun.
Just
It
a
was
shout out to
fun.
them.
Yeah.
Be our sponsor.
It was really nice.
Always trying to advertise.
Great
So,
venue.
so you guys met up at Paws, and you're an animal lover yourself.
I am.
Tell us about what you're. I mean, everybody's seeing this too, but before we get into that, we want to hear about your love for animals too.
Oh, I've always loved animals. I mean, every child loves animals, don't you think?
Not
I mean, even
everyone,
as-
but they should.
Well,
they should.
There ought to be a law.
Yeah, I mean, you want to cuddle them and hug them and puppies and kittens and
Yes.
things like that, but I was lucky enough to have some great pets. And one of my favorite was a golden retriever that was my girl, my dog, for 10 years, and her name was Poet.
Oh,
And
what
she
a
was
nice name.
she was just precious. So that was one of my first paintings of a pet was her.
I'm lucky enough to see it. It was gorgeous.
Really?
It's beautiful, yes.
And she your pet inspired you to was that
Yes.
part of how you got going, and
Well,
or was that the first grade stuff that we were talking about before we got on set?
how I
about-
got going in
Yeah,
art?
how did
Oh.
you get going in art?
I was in kindergarten. Well, actually, before kindergarten, my mother said from my crib, like she would give me a crayon or I'd find a crayon. I was one of 7 children, so I was the middle one, and the fourth born. She said I would draw on the wall and get in big trouble. I don't remember too much about drawing on the wall, but she said I would draw little ghosts all over the wall. She was obsessed with Picasso, was very in the news during that time
Wow.
and talked about him. We'd see him on the news when he was still alive. This was like in the 60s. And so I was enamored with art. But in kindergarten, when they had all that paper and all that paint, I was in heaven. I just loved it. And there was a time that we were supposed to draw or paint a family. Could be a dog family, a monkey, your family, and I painted a very large, I reamed out lots of paper, huge monkeys, a mommy, a daddy, and like a couple of babies. And the teacher called my mother and said, "It is fantastic, but I can't show it because it's anatomically correct." And she said, "I cannot show this to our open house, but it's fabulous."
Isn't that a shame? Our society, it's an animal
It
that
wasn't
people
that bad.
love, and you can't show that. And that was back then.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that just blows my mind a
Yeah.
little bit.
Well,
Where were you born?
Portland, Oregon.
And you've been in Vegas how long?
Since 2003.
Why did you pick Las Vegas to be
I
your new
didn't
home?
pick Las Vegas.
It picked you?
It picked me.
Did you break down on the way somewhere? I mean, I've heard that story a lot.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
my
I-
gosh.
I didn't know this, folks. I just was kidding.
Isn't that funny? I did. I drove from the time I was living
You had
in
a car
St.
or a
Paul.
truck?
I had a van. It was the
Scooby-Doo van or something like that?
yeah. No, it was a nice van. It was our. It was the carpool van of our family, and I drove with my son from St. Paul, Minnesota, broke down every 200 miles, and had to find help and the whole thing, and it was rather fun, to tell you the truth.
Was it in the summertime?
It was September.
It's still hot in September,
Yes.
folks, right? I mean,
Yeah, and the funny
I'm
thing is
sorry,
breaking down so often. Every 200 miles, we're getting past Mesquite and coming toward Vegas, and it breaks down right before we get there. And the guy he hooks up the car to tow it, and first thing he says is, "I haven't slept in 2 days." And I was thinking, oh, thanks for telling me. You know, I thought he's going to fall asleep driving. So that was my dumb story.
So you decided to stay after, unfortunately, you had car trouble, but then, you know, our benefit is that you're still here, and so what?
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
So what
and
made you decide to do that?
I'm lucky enough to actually have a portrait done by Megan, and actually the portrait right here in front of us, that's my dog Chapo, and she's actually done a few portraits in the past for my aunt, and I just get so blown away, not to change the subject, but
No,
so
that's
blown
great.
away
Oh no,
because
it's beautiful.
when she did this, she did it in like 10 minutes.
Nuh-uh.
Like 10 minutes, not even. It was
It's probably
so quick.
seemed like 10 minutes, but I think it was more like half an hour, an hour.
That long?
Still, that's impressive.
Yeah, very
well,
impressive. And Chapo was
Yes.
actually a guest on our show last 2 weeks ago on our live show. So
Oh,
yeah, so he's a
lucky
little
you.
superstar
He's a
of it.
great dog.
He's
He's
a
the best dog.
superstar. He is.
It's just-
Because
He really
of
is.
Megan now, definitely. Megan, Chapo was in his first magazine today thanks to Megan because of her talent.
Yes.
And if you'd like to explain a little bit about that, I was super impressed and I'm happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
If you want to talk about what we did earlier today a little bit.
Yeah, we did a little photo shoot. I was contacted by Green Valley South Living and McDonald Ranch Living magazine editors, and they wanted me to advertise in their magazine. And at the time I couldn't, but they talked about an article, like, you can write an article and you know, we'll send you the PDF. And a few weeks went by and I didn't get the PDF form to fill out for question and answers. But I went ahead and wrote an article. They said it should be under 500 words, and I thought, well, I could try. Who cares? Either I do it or I don't. And I sent it to them and said, you know, you can accept this or not. You know, this is just something. And they really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a picture that Gia took when I painted Chapo's painting, and
Beautiful.
forwarded that to them, but it didn't have enough resolution. So they came to my house today. Gia came with
Yes.
Chapo, and they took new pictures. And
How
so that was.
neat.
It's going to be in the September issue.
Oh, I can't wait. So how they have that magazine as a website, so people can check it out, or
I
you just
think
have to.
so,
For those of
yeah.
us who don't live in that area of Henderson, we
I
have
don't
an opportunity.
either.
Well, I hope you
They-
get a copy.
They
right?
will give me a copy, and it does circulate in that area, and it will be in September,
Okay.
the September issue.
Yes.
So those that are looking for that
Mm-hmm.
article, I'm sure it's going to be a great read.
And I'll make sure I bring it on to show everybody because I'm so proud of you
Oh,
again.
thank you.
And congratulations, that's wonderful. And you know, you're amazing. You deserve
Well,
it.
No one does it without help of friends and those who are so nice. You always invite me to come out to the Paws on the Patio, or if there's another kind of event that Paws on the Patio is part of. So I appreciate that, Gia,
Oh, we
very
love
much.
having you. You're amazing. Everybody loves you, and they're blown away. Actually, at the last event that we had at the Huffmans, that
yeah.
you actually painted this portrait. There was a little boy, and he walked by and he said, "Mommy," I think it is. That
Yes.
photo looks like that dog. Talking
Yeah,
about
he did.
Chapo.
Oh, really? Totally
You know, 'cause
recognized
He
it.
did.
Yeah.
He goes, who's that? And then he said, oh, I know, it's that dog. Chapo's awesome.
Yeah.
When you said, all you did, Gia just texted me a picture, and I was looking at it on my phone while I was painting this, because Chapo's all over the place wanting to say hi to everybody, and
Yes,
everybody
he's
wants to
very
say hi to Chapo.
Right.
So it was cute. I had this little picture, and he'd come up and nuzzle me with his nose every once in a while. and I forget
Let you
that I
know,
was
don't
painting
forget,
him.
right? Don't forget about me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
He's very friendly. I love him.
He is. So obviously you're an advocate for the arts in school.
Very much.
A lot of people that sadly a lot of the arts are being
Horrible.
right? I mean, come on,
just
folks.
horrible.
Everybody had music and art in grade school, and now we're losing that. That's pretty scary out there because there's a lot of talent that we're not gonna, the kids aren't gonna know that they have because they
You
don't
could
have that
talk
type
for hours
of
about it.
education
Yes.
and that leadership skill set for someone to say, listen, Sally, you're
something-
pretty good at this. You need to pursue this, or
100%.
right?
Yeah. Or even if they're not so what they think is good, I really think pursuing to get to go further and try more works really well with children. And it's amazing that you can accomplish more than you think you have at first. Because they'll draw a flower in a house and go, oh, don't look at it, I can't, it's ugly. And it isn't. No one should tell them that it's ugly or bad. They should keep going. And art's one of those things you can do your whole life forever. You don't have to be young, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to be anything. You can paint or draw forever till your last day, like most artists did.
That's beautiful. I mean, I think we're missing out.
It never ends.
It seems
yeah.
like we're always fighting for more, education dollars, but it seems like the arts are the ones that always get cut.
It's
Off the
they
chopping
say
block.
children who do art excel in everything else.
I do. I have a nephew who was in the one plays the tuba, the other one was into strings, and they were great, and that really motivated them for school.
Yeah.
So
Any kind of discipline. It's a discipline. Children aren't disciplined to achieve more than they started out doing, and it's something we all should learn to do, that we're capable of doing better and more.
Absolutely.
you heard that,
And
folks.
it looks like we're about to go on a break right now, so stay tuned. We will be right back.